All right. At 6:10, April 15th, 2026, we call the April board meeting to order. Our mission is to provide a supportive and safe learning environment where all students are encouraged and empowered to reach their educational and personal potential. And now that two of you just sat down, you stand back up and say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there any changes to the agenda?
From the one I sent out, yes, on
Okay.
8.1, it's on your papers, hiring of Shelley Harris.
Oh, okay. I feel like I saw that on the one you sent out, right?
No, just the resignation, but not the
Maybe
hiring.
I knew something about that.
Yeah, you must have heard.
I feel like I'm not that smart, but okay. Okay. We did that. I don't have to do anything about number 3, do I? You do?
No, we did it.
We did number 3. Any public comment, Jaren?
Nope.
Okay. Sue, do you have much from afar, or are we just going to Natalie?
I've got it. Yeah.
I'll say so check like on this one. How do I go left or how do I go to the next slide?
Tell me
also?
when you want to move.
Okay. Hi everyone, I am a Mapleton senior in Stevens, and this is my student project slideshow. Next. Here's the content overview. We're going to cover anything from just like the topic I chose, some new learning, field experience, and just kind of like a general reflection of high school. You can go to the next one and after. The topic I chose was I wanted improvement in Mapleton athletics culture, and I want to do that by starting a trophy case archive to kind of be able to look back and reminisce at the people that kind of built up our culture and built up our athletics programs. My original idea was to build some new trophy cases, but in the timing, it kind of didn't work out. But fortunately enough, Carrie said we're getting 2 more trophy cases during like probably August or like summer. So that will be added and give us some extra space. The next. So this is the trophy cases before I did the organization. As you can see, they're really cluttered, dirty, multiple sports in the same thing, and just like not really organized to the best of their ability. So, you can go next. So this is some more of like when I was cleaning it, and I would go into the cleaner and I'm organize each section by sport for now, and then also I put most of our like really important ones out because we do have quite a few that are not able to be displayed because of the space issue. But I started off with roadie and just kind of like things that weren't necessarily sports. You can go to the next one. This one got split in half. The top shelf is boys basketball, and then the bottom shelf is track. Over here, this is the roadie kind of non-sports one, so we have some rotary in there, we have some band in there, and we have some like, this one's like a wood chucking competition, which I thought was kind of crazy in Albany. You can go to the next one. And then this one is our track and field one. I redid it to try to make it more visible. This was all the way in the back, and this is actually a Hayward field. Well, they called it the Hayward field relays, but it's what we have as the Oregon relays, which actually just happened, and it shows all of the placers in different events on it, and I just thought it was very cool. These are also Hayward relay ones as well, and just like our state ones, and then an abundance over here, and then obviously up top. This is our current trophies, and so current I defined as 10 years or less, because you need to at least be over 10 years to get into the Hall of Fame. So that was kind of my idea on that. And so we have a lot of basketball, and then we have some state, like there's a track one down there, it's from like 2016, barely made the cutoff, but then there's basketball, football, yeah. You can go to the next one. This is girls basketball, and there is a lot of like the state ones up here, league ones, and then just some kind of the extra ones. And this is the other like main boys one. The other like top shelf was kind of more overflow just because we had so many. But this one has a lot of our state trophies and just kind of ones that, you know, have a little bit more weight to them. And then the bottom also kind of has some cool, like, we had like our first ever boys like awarded newspaper article in there, which I think was really cool. You can go next. This one is kind of like our side sports that we don't have as many trophies for, so such as baseball, wrestling, and football are on the top, and then the bottom is volleyball. And then this is kind of like a full view of how it looks, and it just looks a lot more presentable now and a little bit more cleaned up. You can go to the next one. So then when I did these, I made sure I write them all down in a doc, and this is like part of the doc. This doesn't all of them, because the slide's a little bit old, because I did a lot of work outside of that. But this is kind of like, these are some of the track ones. You have like the years, you have like the place and the gender, and then like same with basketball, football, and I'm putting all of these in a Google Sheet that's going to be searchable, that I'm going to hand over to like just let people search up a year and get all of the trophies won from that year. You can go next. So for our senior project, we have to do a research topic, and I do a research paper. So for mine was the power of school pride and athletics in student development, and one of the overarching themes of all of these like awesome, I found very good information if you want to look at any of these like on your own, very interesting. But the overarching theme was just that students that participated in athletics and had more school pride got better grades, better attendance, and less dropout rates. You can go next. So this is a 200% pie chart of all of the kids, boys and girls, that drop out of high school or do not finish high school. And on the girls' side, non-athlete females have out of the overarching like girls that do drop out of or not finish high school, 74.2% are non-athlete or non-athlete participating girls, and 35.8 are athletes. So just saying that, like, having that support system obviously makes a big difference here. And like, to put that into perspective, 74.2% is like about the percentage that of people that have brown eyes. And it's like, just like think about like, oh, so many people that you know have brown eyes, and the fact that like all of those people would be like the percentage of non-athletes that drops out. And then for men, it's still a lot, with 62.7% of non-athlete males dropping out as well. and 37.3%, you know, being athlete. And it just shows that having that support system, you know, helps you continue on with school and show up for something. And this really meant a lot for me too, because I have multiple females in my family that like didn't get to finish high school. And I wonder like if they were able to, you know, have that support system that athletics provide, if they would be able to. You can go next. So for the field experience of like the kind of like the rigor of this project and things that I got to kind of get better at would just be like organizing, learning about the sports. Like it was really interesting pulling like trophies with like people that I knew of or last names that I recognized, and just kind of being able to learn about, oh, we used to be in a league with, you know, whatever, and that kind of thing. And then also just learning about like the student like pride and improvement in their success was also really interesting to me, especially just like as, you know, a high school student myself. And I also got to learn a bit of coding with the Google Sheet that I hadn't previously. Go next. Why sports are relative to my life. I participated in a lot of sports. I participated in volleyball, basketball, track, and cross country at Mapleton, and I've also captained on both of the teams. And I've helped put trophies in the trophy case, and I just wanted them to be accurately represented, and I want to be remembered. I just want to be like remembered to be able to look back and see like what I've done. And I mean, I've also broken the pole vault record and the 3K record, and I want my efforts to not be just kind of forgotten when I move on from Mapleton. And then also I'm gonna be participating in college athletics, and that kind of goes with like looking back. You know, I want to be able to look back from my college athletics and my success and see where I came from. And I want other people to see where I came from. Similar to, we had Steve DeCander, who he didn't win like a state title necessarily at Mapleton, but he went on to be in the NAI Hall of Fame and like was super successful. And we have a little memorial for him and look back, and I want it to kind of be similar. Some challenges I faced, first was moving the lower hall trophy case to the upper hall. That was because they are all made by like previous student classes, and so I didn't want to break it, and also it was kind of hard navigating how to take it apart. But I had Zach to help me with that, and we ended up moving that, and I ended up moving a bulletin board in its place so that we could have an empty wall to fill with trophy cases. Just kind of having to change from building a trophy case to then organizing a trophy case, or just finding something else that had the same rigor in the project as, you know, building a trophy case. Finding time was also really hard because I started this during kind of basketball season, and we like didn't have a free weekend ever. And so I would kind of have to come in on some available Sundays with Zach. So, and then my dad. And then also just tracking down all the trophies. Like some of them don't even have dates or sports, or are missing like what the sport would be on the top of it. And so kind of having to guess with that was kind of hard. Some new learning I had was just learning about Mapleton's past and like their athletics, and just kind of bringing value to, you know, athletics and pride in like our past. And I just really enjoyed it. If I were to do this project differently, I think I would have done, changed my project to be something a little bit more like towards my career, which is like I wanted to be a teacher, and so I would have done something kind of like Girls on the Run, which is like a group where you get like a group of girls and you kind of just like had like a run club with them. And I think I would have done that more for Mapleton, just because like it's something a little bit more personal to me. I want to maybe get into coaching as well when I, you know, graduate from college. And also just like it's a little bit more community based. I feel like we don't have a lot of a distance crew at Mapleton. Like I'm the only distance runner in high school, boys and girls, for track. And like there's a few, you know, of the distance for middle school, but I just want to kind of build that culture, especially like for females. Like distance running can have a really toxic culture, and I want to make sure that it's done in like a healthy way and kind of bring that light to it. and also I didn't get as much help. I wouldn't need as much help with my project if it was this. The other one I kind of need a lot more like manual labor help that I just couldn't do. So I think I would have done this more, but I am still happy with my project. Next. Reflection on high school, just some skills I learned, and like this is kind of sports and educators. Like hard work ethic, time management, connecting with my peers, patience, and always trying new things. And I just want to thank like my teachers as well because they really helped me reach that success, and I wouldn't be where I am without them. My next steps, I'm going to University of Montana Western to get my major in secondary education with a focus in mathematics. And I'm going to be running on their cross-country team and their like indoor and outdoor track team. And I'm hoping to become like a high school math teacher, kind of like I said. And I'm hoping to coach like XC or like just a kind of distance coach like track at a small community like Mapleton and hopefully teach there too. I just want to, again, say with gratitude that I'm really thankful for my teachers that supported me and pushed me and coaches and just I wouldn't be who I am without it. And I also want to thank like my classmates for like supporting my decisions and helping me grow as a person. So thank you so much for listening to my presentation. If you guys have any questions, I'll feel free to answer.
Any questions or comments for?
I don't have a question, I just have a comment. That was fabulous. That was an excellent presentation, and I love your enthusiasm for everything. You can tell how authentic you are and how passionate you are about this topic. So thank you for that. It was a joy to watch.
I liked your project. I think it was cool that you unearthed everything and organized it and cleaned it up and made it nice and
Again, a
presentable.
lot of help from Zach and my dad. I really appreciate them.
I selfishly wish you would have done the run club.
I know. Abby would have been there with you.
It got like brought up to me like halfway through this, and it was like, oh, you could have done Girls on the Run, and I was like, oh, I know, yeah, but I'm still happy with this, and it does leave like, you know, a future project for someone else if they would like to do that.
That's awesome, yeah, that's true. Super good.
I have a question. Like, when you imagine like a future student of Mapleton looking at the case, like what do you hope that they think about?
Well, I hope they kind of just have like a sense of like, I guess like pride in just like who they are. Like they get to be a part of the people that all like were before them and build up programs where they get to, you know, play basketball or track or volleyball and just kind of know like also like, you know, our greatness and like how, you know, even though we are small, like especially nowadays, I feel like some sports it feels like, oh, we can never achieve that, like be realistic, you know, but like at one point we did, and even a lot of those trophy cases, like the trophies in the trophy case that are like state titles and stuff, was when there was only 4 classifications and it was even harder. So it's just, I just want it to kind of be like hopeful and like possible.
Yeah. No, I think you achieved that. Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
very good.
Excellent. Yep.
Did you start running?
Smashed it. Way to go, Natalie.
No, I mean, I've been waiting for that day, so I'm so, and I'm, like, Natalie has done all the work it takes to like, to do that, and I'm so excited that now you get to like, have that sort of show, you know, like show a result, a visible result that everybody can see for all that work that you've done.
Hopefully I have some more at state.
Sure, you can knock more seconds off. Yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
Ah, agreed. Good job, Nat. Thank you.
She's probably hungry, she's probably ready to eat her
Yeah, we have
sports
dinner, so.
banquet.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Great.
Bye.
All right, well, if you have anything, Sue, you wanna add to the district report?
Nope, she doesn't have anything, looks like.
Okay, perfect, how about you?
That was quick, Karen.
You got booted.
She's still trying to talk, but no.
You just hit that mute button.
Good. Let's see here, I need to go to participants. Okay.
Are you guys fine, can you see?
Yeah.
at the campus, like at
Camp Lane.
Camp Lane. I don't remember the time, but I know I signed up for it. Cool. First day. It's all. Yep. Yep. Anyone have anyone else?
I wondered, when you were talking about the Medicaid billing, I think maybe you've answered this before, but I don't remember. What services are you billing for?
So some of your EA support people. And you might not know yet, and maybe, well, I mean, maybe you do know, like the MAC billing would be completely separate from any of the other billing you would do. It's not like the MAC billing would draw from any, like there's no possible way to take too much money on the MAC billing where then it affected
The actual.
the other stuff. No, I meant like the MAC billing versus,
The direct service.
say, yeah, the direct services stuff. Like if we drew too much on MAC billing, we aren't gonna lower the dollars they give. Coordinating all of it, yeah. Okay. Adam, did you have something?
Yeah, I was wondering for the Kathy West Day of Service, what time that event started? Or... Okay, that's fine.
Went out. Wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, I think, wasn't it in,
I think it was in something.
I think, yeah.
It was on like one of the weekly updates, maybe?
Let me look here.
I just remember seeing it.
Yeah.
I don't remember the time. We're gonna look for that. Everybody can and get back, but I'm a little pressed for time, so, I'm gonna move to Jaren's and then whoever comes up at the time, just, you know, I got it, and then we'll tell everyone what it is. Okay.
It's 2 to 3:30.
2 to 3:30, Sue.
Implementing some tech things to try and better track and protect our devices from walking off. Apparently some people have sticky fingers. So working on that a little bit. Construction in the middle school started on the kitchen. Working on that, as I'm sure a couple of you have noticed. I don't know how noisy it is, but they're working on some demolition and framing with the money that we currently have for that. And we ordered with one of the grants we have, or two of the grants I suppose, there's money for the kitchen equipment that needed to be spent, so I put in a bunch of, I don't know, $40,000 worth of equipment purchases, and it's been starting to arrive, and we're just throwing it in the shipping container. And related to that, one of them is sitting down in Coos, one of the shipments is sitting in Coos Bay right now waiting because it's an 8-foot long freezer, and the guy can't get it off of his truck when he gets it here because he doesn't, it's too big for the lift. And so I talked to Kay, and I've thought about it before just a little bit, well, one aspect of this. So we're going to, I looked into getting a trailer. So we have the pickup now to help with maintenance stuff. I'm gonna get a trailer. The one I'm looking at is 3,000, a car hauler, so, you know, a fairly sturdy trailer with some sides on it that can be removed, and also a forklift for 2,000 or so, if the guy writes back to me. And that'd help us be able to move this stuff that we're getting into the cargo container. And also when we get paper, since we get that by the pallet, and DEF fluid and bus tires and stuff, so it just.
You could utilize a forklift.
Yeah, so, I mean, we don't need it constantly, but for just a couple thousand, it'd be convenient to have it for when we do need it.
What about like getting, do you have a tractor? A tractor, we have forks for the tractor.
Yeah, they,
That's what I was thinking at my house in the
they
back.
thought about it, but you'd have, Kay said we'd have to get a counterweight to put on it, and we don't have
Over
the
the
right
back end,
attachment
yeah.
and
Oh,
stuff.
that's true, like we have a backhoe where we have weight on the back and
Yeah, and so,
yeah.
and,
That's not too super expensive,
yeah,
and you could always get rid of it if you have to.
yeah. And yeah, forklift, the one that I'm looking at is a pretty clean looking one and stuff, so, but yeah, just, once again, convenient for the times when we need it, cause we've had deliveries before and it's been like, okay, well, we'll just cut this thing open and move it by hand instead of being able to move it, and,
In a bulk fashion, yeah.
and so, it's, yeah. Had the track meets the past few weeks, got set up so we could do electronic timing on it, and it went kind of smooth for most of them, a little glitch in the last one, which might be, don't know if it was related to the equipment or athletic.net had database issues, and who knows if that caused it, so.
We can throw in operator error potential as well.
Is that you?
Yeah.
I was a little crushed by her record being broken.
That's right, I was too bad, I was crying, I
She was
couldn't
upset.
get it going.
Sabotaging her.
That's when it all went downhill.
Right. Yeah, but no, actually, Jaren, thank you so much for, all your work on that, because you got it like all set up and everything, and then had the patience to teach as well. But it really, really improved, like, the accuracy of our timing
Yeah.
of the meets. Like, you know, I mean, we always have
You're
done
feeling it.
the best we can, but like, yeah, I mean, we now have something that actually, you know, is very, like, documentable, you know, for time, for students' times and stuff, which I think is a really nice thing, because they're putting their effort in.
Yeah, and Carrie said the other coaches, you know, some great compliment, you know, that they loved having that
Good.
system in there too. And
Yeah.
stuff, so. That's finance wise, oh, well, we'll get to that in the action items,
Okay.
if there's, remember any weird bills. Started my interim audit, actually wasn't scheduled until the 27th, but I've knocked out a lot of it already, so it's always fun to do that.
anyone have any other questions or things on finance tech maintenance report? Okay, the consent agenda, everyone look over it
Yes.
from last month. Anyone wanna move on it?
Yes, I move we approve consent agenda 7.1, 2, and 3.
A second.
All those in favor? Action items, personnel resignation for Dana Savani and hiring of Shelley Harris as an EA. Dana's the kindergarten teacher, right? So she's resigning, and then Shelley Harris, that's the one, she was kind of describing that last time maybe, or they were looking for another EA? I don't know. Thank you. Okay. Does anyone have any questions on that before? Or we all?
Sad with Dana.
Is, yeah, is Dana's through the end of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why, so you can be on the hunt,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
going once, going twice.
Wait, so the Shelley is an EA for where?
First
grade.
First grade,
One.
How many are in first grade? How many EAs are in first grade? So there's 5 adults in first grade? For how many kids?
A one-on-one student. But how many were total? Just cause Abby asked. How many in the first grade total?
Students.
Oh, okay. 11, okay.
So 50%.
But that's all IEP related.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you've got 18 in the
18 in the classroom, yeah.
Oh, 18 in the classroom,
Yeah.
8 are first graders.
Cause the combo's first.
Oh, and nothing at, the 3 EAs are all at first grade level? Okay, and so second, or first. Okay. Okay. That seems tracking, yeah.
I move we approve 8.1, both the resignation of Dana Savani and the hiring of Shelley Harris.
Second.
All those in favor? Scholarship information,
And this was just for you guys to set an amount to direct me for the budget if you so desire.
And I'm definitely in favor of it, and as to amount, like, I kind of want your advice, like, money wise.
I mean, 100,000, you know, when I first brought it up, I mentioned 100,000, that's a nice even number, and so I'd toss out that, so.
And then what would we expect that to make, and, I mean, well, I know it's variable, obviously, but like a
Right now-
conservative estimate per year.
Let's say 2,000 to 3,000
Okay.
average.
in a year.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's gotten up as high as 5%, and it's been as low as 1.5, somewhere around there, so averaging that.
Yeah, I was asking, cause like I want it to be like a significant sum, but not like crazy sum, that seems good.
And this
Yeah.
was potentially for students to split the total amount? Is that?
I don't think that we
Talk about-
decided yet on the like, how, like what the distribution process entirely would be, but it's more just to like, this part would just be to set aside, authorize setting aside, putting that money in a place where then it would accrue and not, it's just gonna accrue, be designated for this specific purpose.
And then where did we land when we, were talking about, like, I think you brought it up, about, like, you know, we're doing this with, like, taxpayers' money.
Yeah, I think we did, like, we brought up that it was taxpayer money, cause I know that was my concern. But I know we sent him back and he checked with other districts are doing it, there wasn't a, he checked with your audit team, right? And it wasn't like it was illegal to do that or frowned upon to do it necessarily. I know I'm not necessarily still comfortable with it just for the fact that we have a lot of money situations that we have to be concerned about. I mean, I know we can pull it back if we had to. I hate to give something that we can earn money on and then have to pull it back, and we can't commit to something, but I myself, just where we're at, going into negotiations and not knowing what budget things will happen over the next few years. And yeah, just my concern of like, and I could be totally wrong, of like, do we have to think this is money that taxpayers pay? I'm one of them, that's where I want it to go or not, I don't know. I could be totally off base, but that's just my thought on it and where I'm landing on it. I don't think scholarships are a horrible idea. I just don't know how I don't think I'm comfortable with it, with any of the budget situations that are happening, but.
Didn't we discuss something like this scholarship, but then people going and, I don't know if somebody was gonna go ask or like put it out there that there was a drop-down menu where people could donate money for
I
this
think
and it could go into an account and then it could accumulate?
I think
we can do,
one like that.
yeah, I mean, cause there's a staff one currently that staff can donate to, it's just
But
whatever
it's
comes
sadly
in,
not been
goes out.
participated in, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so.
But yeah, or like one that people could donate or alumni could donate into. This one was separate, like this one would be one that he would allocate money into, yeah.
And just so I'm understanding, like, making sure I'm understanding correctly, like, the money that we would put into this, like, so the money that we put in is, public money. But then we're not spending that on this purpose, we're spending the interest off of it on this purpose. And I guess the difference would be, like, we could use that interest for any number of other things in our budget. So is this the place that we want, is this a good place for the spending of that interest? Or are there other things that we think are, more important? Personally, like, I think, there's, so many places we could spend money. But I really do, I like the idea of something coming from the district and the board that supports our graduates as they head out into, leave us. I don't know how necessarily what the best way is to provide that, but now that Jared's brought this up as an idea, the idea part does inspire me, and I'm personally probably comfortable with this mechanism of it, but I'm not set on it because I know there are a lot of other places also to spend that money. So I'm definitely interested in hearing okay, where else should we spend that money, or that kind of discussion.
I think maybe I would be more inclined to be more open to it if there was maybe if I, for me personally, if I knew of some of the parameters, what does the student have to do to receive the funds,
Well, we did discuss that last time, right, of their application process of and I did not grab my other thing of it, but, cause I have on there of what they had to do for it was just, I think you were gonna distribute it amongst the applicants, right? Not that there was, you obviously would have to have a cap. What was the ending parameter?
We talked about that they needed to come and
Yes, that's what it
talk to
was.
the board, they needed to present to the board as part of their application, and they needed to, and yeah, like you said, we can set it set those qualifications and stuff. But yeah, if you, the easy way to go with it is anyone who fulfills those requirements, you split it amongst them instead of picking one. That way you're not potentially showing favoritism, which was something that one of the business managers brought up, you know, in your selection process. You don't wanna have any kind of, and looking like, favoritism at all towards anyone and stuff, and
Yeah.
so.
That would be difficult in the, actually, yeah, it definitely to be avoided, but I'm just thinking about, like, if I'm sitting here as a board member and as part of a decision committee about a scholarship for seniors, but like, some of them I've coached and some of them I haven't, just because they participate and that's something I'm, you know, interested in and others don't, and like, I mean, yeah, that would be really difficult to avoid sort of conflict of interest things like that. So some sort of, some just like, unrelated to our discretion, you know, way of choosing or allocating, directing that money would be good.
What if could be just an asinine crazy idea, okay, but
Let's hear it.
what if, like, since it is like taxpayer money, what if, like, we somehow, I don't know how, I'm just like thinking about this out loud, but like, we had like a time where like, okay, community members, you're welcome to come and the senior's gonna present this project, and then, you know, at least you guys can see it, and then there's some sort of voting amongst the community members. No?
I like the idea of like community connection, but I think it's the same problem with community members then that it would be for us making that decision too.
You may end up with all the same ones that all know the same one person. You
Yeah.
don't even know who the husband is.
Yeah.
Like there'd be other markers than just presenting here. Because there's other markers of their senior project, right? Is that what you're saying, Sue? Or presenting here would mean they've met these other marks and goals, right? Maybe this is the last step.
It sort of sounds like we need more discussion on this still. But I guess there are two different issues, like one is, do we wanna set aside the funding and generate that funding? You know, and then the separate one would be how do we distribute that?
Logistics.
Yeah, how would we wanna distribute it? But I do sort of still hear some potential discussion needed on, like, if this is, you know, do we even wanna set aside the money for that? Is that how, you know, an appropriate use of the money is, you know, determined by discussion or not. So, should we keep it on here for next time?
Were you trying to like do this for next year?
That was, if you want it for next year,
We need to start.
He needs to.
next time's
put it up.
budget meeting. So I'll be presenting the budget next time. And it would need to be in the budget, so.
So we need to do it now. Okay. Yes or no?
mm.
If we, I mean, there's nothing, like, if we, right now we have the money, it is accruing some amount of interest in some, you know, space right now, just not dedicated, like the interest is accruing is not specific, like directed to that, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no change in that, so we could direct it to like, you know, to go ahead and set it aside for this pending our like successful arrival at a like agreement about distribution or something like that. I don't know, maybe that's just too not decisive enough. I don't know. I think, I mean, yeah, like, I'm looking for a way that we can move, just whatever we do, just we move forward tonight, not on making, not, you know, just like what, you know, taking some path, either,
Well, I think then you just choose to, are you allocating it or not?
yeah,
Logistics can come later.
that's what I'm kind of proposing as a middle ground where we're not like, you know, and the logistics, also thinking if we can't arrive on a, you know, like, yes, we think this is a good idea and the way that we agree we want to distribute it, then
You have to
we
put
would,
it on hold.
yeah, then we
Yeah.
have the option to not do it.
And I guess you
And
say,
use that money still another way, and use that
Yeah.
interest another way.
it would be voting to allocate it as long as
Mhm.
agreement on those distribution logistics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's where I'm
that's
at,
pretty good.
was, yeah,
Mhm.
Point.
okay.
Does that, Jaren, from like a accounting perspective point of view, like, does that work?
Logistics, TBD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you set it as, want to create a special revenue fund and allocate X number of dollars transferred to it from the general fund savings used to be determined
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and stuff, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And given our current budgetary, like, situation, do you think that's, like, do you still think that's like a reasonable thing to do, is put that money in a separate account? It doesn't necessarily restrict our access to it too much?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's always, like with PERS side accounts, that's always been our kind of hang up on doing one of those because
Yeah.
then the money's tied up and not, not changeable in what we do with it and stuff, and so that's one of the reasons we haven't done one of them, is to maintain that flexibility.
Right, but this is not that, a
Yeah.
case of that. Okay.
And then I move, I move to approve 8.2
Okay, so,
scholarships
right, so setting aside $100,000
to accrue an interest.
to accrue interest, and we'll determine like the
Logistics later.
specifics of that, yeah, yes. Okay.
And I will second that.
All those in favor? And all abstain?
All opposed.
Or- There you go.
Okay.
Insurance agent of record, that's right.
So, I didn't send the proposals out to y'all. I put out, so we have, PACE is our insurer and SAFE, PACE and SAFE. They do almost every school district in the state except for the huge ones that self-insure. Yeah, some of them might self-insure. But so we have a local insurance agent of record, which is currently Salesi Insurance in Florence. It used to be Coast Insurance with John, I can't.
John and Jean Murphy.
John, yeah, Murphy, I couldn't think of their last name, pretty sure it's John. And I found out a couple months ago that I've always, I mean, we just pay PACE, and I know we have a local person, and, you know, they don't have to do too much. And another insurance company, a guy just stopped in and mentioned that, so from our PACE bill, they calculate 14% of our PACE bill, and that's what the insurance agent of record gets. But that rate's negotiable, actually, and so you can go out and get requests. This one is just requesting info from a few different companies, you know, who would be handling us in your firm, in your group, in your agency. You know, what would be the cost structure, and, you know, and they got references, you know, what other school districts are you working with. So to finish off that long story that could have been shorter by just saying, so I got quotes from 4 places. One of them that I would recommend going with is WHA. They handle a bunch of school districts, and their cost structure is a flat rate. So most of the other ones came in with a percentage, you know, it dropped down from that 14%. But WHA's is a flat rate of $8,500 with no increases into the future. Whereas
Does that equivalent to, like, kind of,
like
you know what,
5%.
okay,
And
from the
other ones
14 it would,
were- Yeah, and so we're saving, so that's I think we're at 20, I think I calculated 24, so it's like $16,000 savings
nice.
or so.
And we're not losing any
Yeah, any
Nope.
benefits.
benefits or help or,
Yeah, no, it's, you know,
okay,
a large organization, and they, like I said, I like Craig, I like another one of the guys that I sent it to, I know him a little bit and stuff, but WHA just happens to be the guy who stopped in a couple of times and told me about this and stuff, and so but their pricing structure with that 8,500 flat rate keeps it from, I mean, the other ones were still a percentage which would continue to increase,
sure.
and they have a funny, good-looking organization from their,
And others are using them, so they're happy and.
so that would be my recommendation to,
Kinda sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, like, doesn't win, is it like a,
$16,000 savings?
well,
Is that less
like I said,
benefit?
Does that
honestly,
ever happen?
the insurance company probably has to spend 3 hours a year on me.
Okay.
I mean,
And they get to
And-
make that much money.
yeah, I mean, and so, you know, I'm not a needy, I tell the insurance guy, I'm not a needy person, I don't need you here. You know, they can come and present to the board if there's something, but it's like, I don't know what you'll present on and stuff,
Yeah.
and so, but, yeah, I mean, it's, and so, I mean, PACE, so if there's something with our car accident that we had, or when the bus gets in an accident, I'm dealing with PACE, I'm not dealing with the insurance agent of record really much. When there's a workers' comp claim, I'm dealing with SAFE, I'm not really, and so if I have questions, I can go to them, but it's just as easy to go to PACE or SAFE.
What do they do? What's the local person do?
They bring me chocolates at Christmas time,
So it's cheaper chocolates
Yes.
that way, hopefully it's just as good a quality for you.
and calendars, and, well, the problem is I'm eating desserts and stuff, and so I just give them to the staff.
Give it to the staff, put it to the staff, you don't even get it.
I know,
This is so
they
cool.
could
So
bring me
like
chips.
benefit wise or claim wise, do they do anything?
If I have questions, I can talk to them,
Because they're quicker and easier?
And you have to have them.
and, yeah,
Well, then let's get the cheaper one.
yeah, so, yeah. So, yeah,
Cause it seems like
Is
you
it like-
still just go to Pace and Safe, so.
Do you have to sign like you're in contract with them
Right.
for this many years, or is it just year to
year to year, yeah. I
Alright.
mean,
So
it
if it
just like,
sucks, you just.
Something bit us in the butt, we can always change.
Right, but so I guess if it's the only year to year, then what's the guarantee that the flat rate stays the
Stays.
flat rate?
Yeah.
cause that's the contract, so as long as we have it, then it's set as the flat rate.
In
And
the contract, it says it won't change.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, okay, I don't understand. The contract, you're saying year to year though, so it's not a year to year.
Renewable, no, yeah. It continues until we want to change,
They shook hands.
Okay.
so.
They should flat over it.
Shook hands, had a beer,
We
they're
just
fine.
believe that. Okay.
Sounds weird, Jeremy.
Yeah, and really, I mean, like I said,
Even if it's 1 year and we save $16,000 for 1 year, that's not.
yeah, I mean, the one guy that I like, you know, I wouldn't mind going with him, but his was negotiable, but their rate, but this one just seems like the best option, and he doesn't have, he only has a couple school districts he deals with currently. He deals with a number of other, like, cities and stuff that are with PACE.
Sure.
And so there's similar situations and stuff, but he said, you know, yeah, the school district I work with, you know, one of my easiest customers to deal with and stuff, and chances are that's how it is, and so these guys can toss a low number out and know they're not gonna have to do a whole lot.
Yeah.
So,
Why not? It's an easy contract for them for the year and
Yeah.
with minimal work. Yeah.
so,
It one-upped them on their quota, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd be moving that we switch essentially.
Yeah.
Switch to WJ.
And I move that we, approve switching our insurance agent of record to WHA.
Second? I can't second, so I'm asking.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Okay.
I got into that insurance business.
No? I'll do 8,400.
Yeah, I'll charge you 8,000.
yeah.
Make sure you buy him the best
I mean,
chocolate.
you think about it, you know, yeah, you get 10 school districts on it that
Yeah.
rate, I mean, it's $50,000 a year,
I know. And then you just go on vacation.
yeah,
See ya.
so, but, okay.
But before we move on to discussion items, can I, I don't know.
Yeah,
Has
hey,
everyone-
I'm all for that.
Have ever met Dr. Jen? Like, and, cause Adam, have you? I don't think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta pass.
Yeah. Do you wanna introduce yourself and tell about your role just for Adam? And then I
Yes,
don't know if anything else.
so I'm the new dean of students here at the middle school, high school. I started in December, and I love my job. I love being here. I love this learning community. And so dean of students, academics, attendance and behavior, and climate and culture as well. So, and I've been doing a lot of I love doing social media stuff, and I love celebrating our awesome, and so I love doing those spotlights. It's a win-win, because I'm getting out into all the classrooms, meeting all the people, monitoring all the campuses, and then like snapping, capturing awesome at the same time, so thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for that work. It's nice to see, for sure.
And we just have a guest in the audience. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Angelina McKenzie. I am the principal at Whitmore Classical Academy in Florence.
Hi.
Uh,
Here to
And
check in?
I'm here because I'm interested in, you had charter school on the agenda, so and I'm new to Oregon, so education
I
from
thought I
California.
recognized her face, now I know. I've seen her face out there already, so that's why I
Yeah,
thought it looked familiar.
I know you look familiar too.
Well, I mean, I don't know, whatever, I just live here.
She was sharing she has experience with the Medicaid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, so, and I was just texting my cousin in special ed, works in one of the districts in California, but every time we had, an IEP meeting, it's always, you ask the parent, the paperwork they fill out, if they have Medicaid, can we charge Medicaid? So it's
So
actually
like if
on,
the family has Medicaid.
yeah, it's on on all the forms, right? Any
Okay.
student who, has an IEP. And so it just has a little form, they check it, if you know, if you have Medicaid, can we bill Medicaid? I mean, I forgot what exactly says, but they check it and sign, yeah, so it's automatic on every.
And then, what's your background?
So my background is I am a California public school educator, I'm elementary teacher.
Okay.
I've been an assistant principal in middle school. I've worked as an assistant principal at a virtual academy during COVID. I've been district office coordinator, elementary principal, and I've also been an elementary PE teacher.
On
So
there.
I've done a lot, yeah. And then I've had some businesses. I took a break from education, so I started up my own publishing company. So it was a true publishing company, not a self-publishing, because I'm not an author. And then I ran a farm business.
Nice.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
And you
I
just
shared
recently moved.
with her the company to look into for getting that, to get that onto your IEP.
Nice,
Overwork.
thanks.
Great. And you just recently moved to Oregon?
Yeah, my husband and I bought a home in '24, and yes, I'm now up here full-time.
Nice.
My husband's doing part-time on the farm and back here, so, yeah, so
Thanks
thank
for
you.
coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Angelina. Nice to meet you.
Through the owl.
Yeah. Awesome, thanks I just was like, oh, we should make sure that.
Yeah, no, thank you, because I was curious.
Yeah.
I see what's next door.
Yeah.
So thank you for working that in. We can start the discussion items. I probably will have to leave, so I handed over any notes I had to Mizu. Board liaison positions, I think we just keep it as, did anybody do anything? Does anybody know anything? This is our continual reminder for homework, and maybe we can kick off the new year really good, but no one has anything, right, Sue? I don't have anything.
No.
This is kind of just where, like, we would bring anything for anyone listening or concerned of what this is for. Like, if we've attended any other type of board situations, or if any other people attended or were curious of our board meetings or situations. I think we've talked about it both ways, like, we can invite other boards to come to ours.
I did
Which,
so many.
you know, here we go, we have someone from, thank you, Jen. She did our homework for us.
I just met her in the hallway, that's all I did.
I just noticed I saw school board,
Oh.
this one,
You got any news?
nothing that pertains to us, because they're heavy on the bond.
Aren't they,
They're talking about going to 4 days per
yes,
week.
I was like, did I make this up, because I said it in a meeting today that I thought Sayusla was considering going to a 4-day school week, okay.
Yeah, and
I don't think that passed.
Oh,
They
they're
haven't
not,
voted yet.
Okay, never mind.
They haven't voted.
Stand fast.
It's maybe the next meeting.
the next one, okay. Is that something you guys are considering?
Well, we actually are on, we will
Are
be on a
4-day
4-day,
week,
yes.
okay. I love.
No, I attend those meetings as well, just being new to Oregon and being
gotta
new
get
and part of the
everything.
school district, and a charter school. We are a public charter school, so I think it's important to work together. We are stronger together.
Yeah.
So,
so I, A++.
I know you do, actually,
Stop.
yeah. Yes.
You actually did better than anyone in the last few months.
I will get my gold star at the next meeting.
Yes.
We'll bring that.
Yep,
Bring
yep.
like a candy or something. Yeah, just start putting on here for everybody.
Oh,
who
yeah, for every
attended.
time you're that.
Like that, okay. No, it was, you put a gold star on your name placard
For every,
if you attend other meetings. Probably is offering us chocolates from his insurance agent, so you just cancel them. Okay, upcoming board work, I think I put it down on Mizu's thing. I think we have negotiations coming up,
Yeah.
which obviously we're setting meetings for that in May. That's the one part of it, the other part is, Mary and I are really busy, and so we've talked about sending out the 360 thing to the staff, so that'll go out ASAP. Maybe tomorrow, because I really don't have a lot to do at work tomorrow. So that'll go out to staff, because we've discussed later, we'll do it earlier. We'll do it before the superintendent evaluation, I think, is what we discussed. To do it in December is what I have on my other notes. Anything else on that?
no.
Okay. Charter school, what we're discussing there is, I think I gave you those notes, me too.
Yeah. You did.
is,
Community meeting.
yes, the community meeting, we've done, so we are discussing going charter as a district. We've had, staff meetings, we met with the OD, charter liaison to discuss logistics of it, then we had staff meetings, to discuss their concerns or questions. And then we've had, basically one, but like 2 student meetings, one was like a feeler and then, or informational, and then the second was actual like discussion with their students. Upperclassmen mostly, you know, high school age level students. And then we're having a community meeting on Monday, just for community concerns, and questions of what they wanna know, their thoughts on it, they can hear why and, the logistics of what it means, what it doesn't mean, that I think, you know, people probably are concerned, you know, concerns they would have for it. And that's Monday at 6 here. I think that's the biggest charter update. Kristen Kelly, the expert we rely on, she will Zoom in, she can't be here.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that's on my calendar right now.
And you and Sue have been discussing where we're gonna house it, right, Sharon? I don't know that it'll be huge, like, I don't think it's a gym thing, right, like, we're doing a
I think they're
room,
thinking room 10.
Tucker's room there.
It has to be somewhere where like, if since Kristen's zooming in, it is like a critical component of.
Exactly,
the- it
for
has to be-
sound.
Yeah, so that like she can hear
Okay,
us and we
good.
can hear her.
Good.
And we could always, like, if we get really high attendance, we can hold another one if we need to.
Sure.
You know, or want to, or anyway, I don't know, so, seems like the gym would be very hard, just.
I think so, just for acoustic wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I let Annie know I will not be there, but unless baseball gets rained out, I have Snapchat duty.
Gotcha.
Let's hope not, no
Okay.
one likes baseball rainouts, cause they just stack up after that.
Right, like there's no, yeah. Okay,
And then I do have to go, but we're moving on to
so
the
the Kathy West
recognition,
recognition,
yeah. And is that just the graduation thing, or is that the Earth Day thing?
I think that this, yeah, go ahead, Sue.
Okay,
And we'll.
because then otherwise, we have the donation, that's just the scholarship, like, for it, right, for the, or it's
Yes.
going towards,
To the people with the most community
Yes.
service.
can like donate it to something, right?
Is that right?
Stipulations?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
yeah, in recognition of community service. Right, okay, so that's that,
That's just,
yeah.
okay.
So then
Thank you.
we're on to
Okay.
budget.
Sorry, guys, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Alright, so then we're on to budget committee, members confirming.
So I've had confirmations from all but Julie Dora. Great.
Does anyone talk to Julie regularly? Okay. I can try and get in contact with her. I volunteer.
As tribute.
Yes, okay. If she's not available, maybe we all should be thinking of an alternative member that we could ask. Homework. Okay, just in case, because the budget committee time is coming right up.
Is there, I thought of someone, but then realized they do some like sub work. Is that appropriate to have someone on payroll to be also on the budget committee?
Generally, you can, right, generally you just have to declare a conflict of interest and like not, and behave appropriately for that, right? Sue? Yeah, hopefully, since we do it. It's definitely one of those small town things, it's hard to find somebody who's not somehow connected that we know about, because we have to know them to ask them, and then, yeah, so. Okay, well, let me check with Julie because I don't wanna like, like, just, um, without, yeah, so I'll see, see if I can get, yeah, in touch with her. If anybody has her contact info, let me know. Okay. Cool, thank you. Okay. Jaren, anything else we need to do on that?
No,
Okay, alright. Okay, so then, any public comment submitted for this? Alright, no. Comment, anything from the board? No. Me neither. Happy spring. Okay. Abby?
I don't think so.
Alright. Okay, then we will adjourn this meeting at 7:36 or something, 7:37.
Perfect.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, East Coast suffering.